and welcome to my website. I am Nadine Romain and here is a little bit about my story. I have a PhD in biomedical experimental sciences, or biochemistry in short. I also have been teaching yoga and yoga nidra for over 25 years. I am the founder of Gentle Birth Companions, my doula business of over 10 years. And I have a part-time practice as a medical hypnotist. I use a wide variety of alternative healing arts like orthobionomy, emotional freedom technique, and ThetaHealing. As a yoga teacher, I specialized in prenatal yoga early in my life. That was my first encounter with preparation for childbirth. As a scientist and researcher, I spent over 10 years studying specific components in breast milk that were proven to accelerate the naturally occurring changes in a newborn's intestinal tract. I was always around babies and I liked it. It was in 1998 that I assisted my first birth. A very good friend of mine asked me to be with her in the hospital, and I did. I used what I knew at the time, yogic breathing and yoga relaxation techniques. I pulled it off on the spot to help her as she was induced. I had no clue at the time how difficult it was on her body. I held her hand and breathed with her in rhythm for about 5 hours straight. I'll spare you the details, but I remember both the nurse and doctor were quite impressed. They say what you're doing is called a doula. I had never heard that word in my life. Long story short, I took the Dona Doula training about 6 weeks later, and I started my business of assisting women during labor and birth right away. I got my certification as a professional labor assistant 18 months later. I was still mostly using my yogic breathing and relaxation techniques and some of the traditional things taught in doula trainings, like keep changing position, empty your bladder, breathe with me, and other basic doula tools when I bumped into, so to speak, a hypnobirthing flyer. I was intrigued. At the time I didn't know anything about hypnosis. Like most people, I thought that it meant someone could make me do things I didn't want to do. So I decided to contact the founder, Marie Mickey Mongon. My first email from her was very reassuring. She said, people in hypnosis are fully aware at all times. So again, long story short, I took the hypnobirthing training in Houston a month later and started teaching it immediately. I loved it, but many of my students, clients, still didn't get the easy, peaceful birth that they had prepared for. And I was there to witness it, wondering, why not? What was going on? What did I forget to teach them? So I kept looking and searching for answers. In my quest, I became a certified hypnotist with the International Medical and Dental Hypnotherapy Association. I took many specialty trainings in pain relief and ultra-deep hypnosis and other modalities like orthobionomy, emotional freedom technique, EFT, and ThetaHealing. I learned from many prominent mentors and seasoned hypnotists in the country, and I continue to learn every day. I also discovered new ways and found new answers as my understanding of the mind-body relationship and the reality of our world evolved. I learned to connect to my own inner resources. One of the things that I teach in preparation to birth. I always had a metaphysical approach to birth because of who I am and also because of my inner knowledge and experience with the Eastern philosophies from my yoga training. The Eastern master generally would say, practice, 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 and you will discover for yourself. Whereas the Western teacher would say something like, I know the answer, I have been there, and here is what I found, believe me, this is the truth. When in fact they should have said, this is my truth. But I was fortunate enough to have both Eastern and Western teachers in training. It taught me to think for myself, to keep searching for my truth through some personal practice like yoga, meditation, tai chi, and other ways. And this is how my work has evolved in my 10+ years of experience with pregnant couples. This is why it will continue to change and adapt to your needs, your demands as a community, as families, and as individuals. I hope you join us in this journey and share your own struggles and your own victories in walking the path of mother and fatherhood. I'm looking forward to sharing with you.